our Folkfest coverage here at the Bangladesh Pavilion. I am joined now by Pavilion Manager Nurul, who has so kindly joined us. It's a busy night here, and of course in the background we see beautiful embroidered cloth from your country.
Yeah, this is one that you are looking at. We call it in Bengali Nokshi Katha, which is embroidered kilt, and it takes meticulous work, anywhere between 6 months to 1 year to make one of these. And all these embroidered work that depicting sometimes the life or the things that people in Bangladesh uses. Sometimes some of them tells a story like wedding, harvesting, so there are various kinds that you could see. You have another one, for example, right here, and this is another embroidered kilt, and it shows you some of the animals, birds from Bangladesh, and these are the two things that you're seeing that.
Yeah.
These are saris. They're very long one that women usually wrap around themselves in nice and.
And it's a really nice display because you can see how long it is to actually wrap around the body.
And actually, if you take a look at herself that she's wearing, and we'll go to that side actually where we have these dressed the mannequins with the saris.
Of course, while there is a lot of work to be done to create that, there's also a lot of work in kicking off your pavilion here at Folkfest. And this is your second year only, but you were saying that it all started because when you first came to Canada, there was you took a trip yourself.
The very first thing that I came, when I came in '84, I went to Folkfest and I looked around all the pavilions, and I enjoyed it, and I liked the enthusiasm the city has. So all of these things that we folks put together, and I thought, whoa, gee, if we have a little more people, then that would be a fantastic idea. So I had that idea in mind, and last year was the first year Bangladesh entered into this Folkfest, and we had very good feedback. People liked it. People like our food, displays, so much so that we thought that even though we are a relatively small community, we will again put this thing together. So here you go. This is the second year of our pavilion.
Yes, and the food does smell really good. Of course, if you're folks at home, you can't smell it. That's why you got to come down here. There is also a great presence of song and dance in your culture as well.
Yes, so we have put together some songs and dances, very exquisite and what I call interesting, exciting ones. And these are actually taken from some of the that we have in our culture, and that goes on like farmers during harvesting, they sing song as they do work. And people when during wedding is another occasion that people will have lots of songs, dances around this one. So as I was mentioning that some of these wedding pictures are actually depicted in those Nokshi Kathas, but that is also in our performance. So whole wedding would be shown with songs, dances, and how these things are done. So they are very reflective of how people live, how people express themselves, their sorrow, daily lives, everything. Yeah.
And you were also saying before that food-wise, there was one kind of popular dish that might not be so good for you, but it tastes very good.
Yeah, it is. We call it shingara. Shingara is vegetables inside wrapped with flour, bread, and then deep fried. May not be good all time, but for occasional use, it's fantastic. I just love this. Then we have biryani, which is rice and meat cooked and then baked together. So that way the flavor of one goes into another one, and that makes nice, very nice dish.
Okay, so now we're going to try some of the wonderful food here at the Bangladesh Pavilion. And Nurul, you're going to explain a little bit about what's on my plate.
That's right. So what we have in the plate is shingara. That's the one that I mentioned about this deep fried one, vegetable inside and flour tortilla outside, deep fried. And in the middle you have what you call biryani, when you have rice and meat cooked together. And you have a fried chicken. It's actually char-boiled chicken. It's used in Bangladesh as well.
And what kind of spices are on there? Because the smell is just so beautiful.
So we have turmeric, cumin, a little bit of ginger, little bit of salt, so and a little bit of chili. So as you can imagine, so it's not hot, we know that lots of people will try, so we made it not so hot.
Well, that's all from the Bangladesh Pavilion. I'm already full, which is not probably a good thing because we have so much more coming up. And right now we're heading off to the Caribbean Pavilion.